like do some work with the with the Mafia. Hyper Talkative.
Oh God, Ruby.
Hey
guys, welcome back to
Episode 40.
which you know what that means.
It's a tens episode.
So we have special guest. On today's episode, we are joined by the one,
The only Pap Pap Larry.
Whoa! All right. Oh
Welcome
my
to
God!
the
What I
podcast.
tell you what an introduction that was.
The
I
the
mean,
amount
Oh my God! I'm like, a rose between two thorns here. I mean,
oh yeah,
come on.
yeah, of
Oh my
course.
God.
the amount of effort it took for us to get him on the show. He is a busy man.
I am a busy man. I mean, I can't help it. I mean, I've been traveling and playing golf and
Living your
going
life,
dancing and doing all those fun things and
which is why it's extra special that you're here.
Yeah.
because you made
thanks.
time for us. In
yeah,
the podcast.
yeah.
It means a lot.
It does.
Well, I appreciate you inviting me. Really, I
Of
do.
course.
Of
I
course.
wish
It's our
I wish I
pleasure.
could have done it sooner, but like I say, I've been busy.
For those of
So,
you
yeah.
who don't know, this is my grandfather.
Yes.
My
Woo!
father's dad. And Georgia's kind of like a surrogate granddaughter.
I am. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
like adopted.
There you go.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So, and we've talked about him a lot on the show.
Mhm.
He's a fan favorite.
He is.
And we thought we need to have him on. He's
Yeah.
hilarious, literally the funniest person we know.
Yeah,
Yep.
right.
That's true.
And so we said, we need him. This is the episode we go viral on.
Uh-huh.
This
Yeah.
is the one that, and then we told him if this episode goes viral, he has to be a standing
Yeah.
host.
He's actually going to replace me, and it'll just be their
The
show.
Mundok show.
Uh-huh.
No, I don't think
And then
that's
I'll
going to
be the
happen.
guest.
I don't think that's going to happen.
Well, thanks for being on.
Yeah, you're welcome.
So how this show works for you, Pap Pap, and also for our viewers listening,
Mm-hmm.
is we start every episode with a random word
Okay.
that we generate from wordcounter.net, which
Okay.
is our random word generator.
Okay.
And then we talk for a little bit, and we see where the conversation ends up.
Yep.
Ah.
And knowing us three,
It's going to be crazy.
it's going to be crazy.
yeah,
You've
yeah.
got so many funny stories.
Mhm.
We got to get Peep Peep in there at some point.
We do.
That's a really good story.
So,
I
in
laugh
time.
every time I think about that story. I laugh.
I can't wait.
Yeah, that's crazy.
so it's going to be a good one.
Yeah.
And we like to start out with a little question to get to know us
From our fans.
from our fans. So
Okay.
we've got a really special fan.
We do. Today's question is from Keith, who is our former intern. Thank you, Keith, for your question.
Yes, we're glad we're on good enough terms.
Mhm.
Pap, you don't know this because you don't have Instagram, but we had an intern named Keith.
temporarily.
Who, we got to do some videos, but some of his videos were a little crazy, so we ended up
Yeah.
having to fire him.
It just got a little out
It
of
just
hand.
got a little out of hand.
Okay.
He was hitting on us
Yeah.
on
it
our
was
social
really
media.
It was.
So,
Yeah.
but this question's from Keith.
Yep.
We love you, Keith.
Keith wants to know who our top artist of all time is.
Oh,
This is a tough one, so I'm going to say that we will accept like top 4. Like
Yeah.
there can be ties.
we're
'cause that's
big.
tough.
We're big music people.
We are. We
Yeah.
are.
Yeah, Pap dances a
Perhaps,
lot.
yeah.
So this is
Yeah,
gonna be
well,
hard for him.
yeah. Well, not only that, there's different generations too,
That is true.
right?
Yeah.
I mean, some of the old time favorites. I can start there for perhaps.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah, you could
Yeah.
say like your favorite when you were like in your our age in your 20s,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I guess I can.
and you could do when you were a little older, and then your favorite now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
We can
through
see the
generations.
evolution.
Yeah.
Mhm.
We can do.
Whatever you want to
Well,
do.
well, yeah. I mean, Neil Diamond, of course.
Oh
Mm.
yeah.
I mean, he's like. I mean, I think you guys still sing his song. And
Mhm.
you go out and
Mhm.
hear the song, you know the words, and everybody hips up on
Yep.
him.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
He's a cool guy, and
Yeah.
his concerts were fantastic. He was a 3-hour concert.
You been?
guy. Oh yeah, a couple times.
Oh,
Okay.
he's seen,
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
seen everyone.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I've seen him. I can go on and on about everybody I've seen, but it's probably in the hundreds. I don't know.
Yeah.
Mhm.
'Cause,
Wow.
I've been going to concerts for a long time, so
You do love dancing.
yeah, and I love music.
He loves live
I love
music.
music. Oh, yeah, I love live music. Anytime there's something going on that's live, I'm there. you
True.
know. And whether you got to pay or whether you don't pay, I'm there, right? So it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So
And
that's
he,
just
he
the way
brings
I
me
am.
sometimes, which is great.
Yeah. Bring her sometimes. Right? So it's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Right? It's cool when you take your granddaughter and you ask her to go and she goes, oh yeah, like
She loves live
yeah,
music
like she
love
gets
live
excited,
music,
right?
yep.
Like she's
Especially
excited to go.
jazz.
Yeah. So
Oh,
how many,
yeah.
how many times you know, a lot of people wish that their granddaughter would be friends with them like
It's
that,
true.
right? So it's kind of cool.
We're
You guys-
actually
you
like
guys
really
are-
close.
you guys are like
We're like
this.
this. We're actually neighbors too.
Yeah.
PapPap lives above me. So
we live in the same apartment building.
yes, we
right?
do.
But she lives downstairs, I live upstairs, and
Yep.
that's cool.
Mhm.
We don't
We
bother
have our
each
space
other.
now. Sometimes he'll knock on my door. Sometimes I'll knock on his.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Besties.
So, but it's kind of neat to have a granddaughter
Yeah.
living by you. So
Yeah.
yeah.
So
Neil
Diamond.
Diamond.
yeah, that's one. You know, Barbara Streisand was another one.
Good one.
Right.
Great one.
I saw her live down in
jealous. I'm
Fort
actually really
Lauderdale.
jealous. Yeah.
It's Hard Rock Cafe down there.
Mm.
No, actually, she was playing. We stayed at the Hard Rock for that night, but she was playing in a big arena down there.
Mm.
Yeah, I saw her. Whitney Houston. Saw Whitney.
Wow.
You saw Whitney,
Saw Whitney
Oh
in
my
Pittsburgh.
God.
That's
yeah.
like that's an insane
Starlight.
3.
right?
Yeah.
Literally all the biggest names. Have you ever seen Michael Jackson?
No, I didn't see Michael
Okay.
Jackson.
Have you seen Elton John?
No.
Okay.
No.
I would be really jealous if you
Yeah.
did.
Yeah. So Whitney was kind of cool.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
I actually took my niece because my son.
oh yeah.
I wanted to take Jason.
Uh-huh.
Well, actually, Rita was away. She was in Florida,
Mm-hmm.
and I had the tickets. So I asked Jason, and he couldn't get off work. He was
Typical.
working for his uncle.
Yeah. Wait, he was working for Uncle Joe.
He was working for his
Yeah,
uncle at the
if he
Pittsburgh
wanted
Field
to,
Club.
he could have.
Right. No, he wouldn't let him off work.
That's
Uncle
messed
Joe.
up.
Uncle Joe's
I
tough.
said,
Really?
well, who can I ask? And I said, well, I'll ask my niece. She was like 16 years old,
Yeah.
right? And of course she said yes. I'll go.
Wow.
Right?
Who was it?
Valerie.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, Valerie Marino. Yeah, it's very. So yeah, that was quite an experience for her, and it was an
Yeah.
experience for me. But anyway, when I was there, I like a lot of R&B,
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
and when I was there, and I didn't know this beforehand. So we were out on the grass part of this. We weren't under the roof. There's only so many
Okay,
seats under the
yeah.
roof, and everything else is grass. You know, it's
Mhm.
one of those amphitheaters
Mhm.
outside. And about the first line of this opening band, I went, "Oh my God!" I said, "That's After 7." That was like they were like one of my
Oh,
best
They were the
nice.
opener?
R&B group. They were the opener. for her.
Wow.
Oh, that's
I didn't
awesome.
even know they were going to be there, right? I didn't know she
It
was
was
going to have
fate.
an opening
Yeah.
act,
It was
right?
fate.
It was
Yep.
fate. And these guys were from Ohio. This group was After 7, and they became very popular in the R&B field.
You
right?
knew him. You knew
Yeah,
him
so I
before they
knew
were
him, yeah,
famous.
He's been a fan
yeah.
since the start.
No big deal.
Even when you know they were pretty big at that time,
Yeah.
Mm.
right? So anyway,
Do you have a current, like, present day artist that you like a lot?
Sabrina Carpenter, of course.
Mhm.
Hell yeah.
We love
Yep.
Sabrina.
And everybody likes Swiftie. I mean,
Of course.
come
Oh,
on.
yeah.
Of
I mean,
course.
she writes her own music, produces her music, and
Yeah.
she does cool
Sabrina
songs.
opened for Taylor Swift.
Yeah, right,
Mhm.
right.
It's
We were trying to
iconic.
get tickets to Sabrina's show, but they're so expensive. We
Mhm.
couldn't.
Yeah.
So Sabrina, if you see this,
Well, that's
you got a big fan right here, and you're gonna be in Philly next week and Baltimore. So if you see this,
Yep.
please give us tickets.
Mhm. We'll be there.
Please.
yeah. So yeah,
Please, please, please
Give us
tickets.
but I guess,
Ruby?
you know, it gets kind of crazy today with the ticket
Oh,
prices.
it's
Oh,
right?
it's
insane.
insane.
It's
I
insane.
mean, we went down to see Bruno Mars down in D.C.
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
Ruby and Mimi and myself and
Mhm.
Jason, And the tickets were reasonable. I mean,
For Bruno, absolutely.
Yeah.
it was like $250 a ticket.
That's not bad.
Not
He's been around for a while. He's been making music for a while, so you'd think it would be like
It was
super expensive.
Yeah.
It was a really small theater.
Yeah, it
probably
was.
only 1,000.
No, I think it was. I think it's
2,000?
like 3,500.
Okay.
Oh wow.
But still,
But it was
really
small.
intimate.
Yeah.
So
Intimate, right?
we were in the very back row, and we still had an amazing view.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was great. It was great.
I remember that was like when we first became friends.
Yeah.
Because you were telling me in line at like Starbucks, you were like,
Yeah.
I'm going to see Bruno.
Yep.
I'm gonna surprise my Mimi. And
Yep.
I was like, oh.
That was so fun.
That was cool. That was really a fun night.
Yeah.
Really great night.
Yeah.
We all love Brune.
Yeah.
I would say.
Yeah.
Is he your
I would say Bruno's
number one
my
of
number
all time?
Honestly, like it's really close tie with Taylor,
Yeah.
but it goes back and forth, and I just
Yeah.
like Bruno just never gets old.
He's your man.
He's my guy. Sometimes I'm like not in a Taylor Swift mood, but I'm always in a Bruno mood.
And that's how you know.
And that's how you know.
That is
That's
how you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Also been listening to Sabrina a ton.
Yes.
And I've been really into Luke Combs as well.
Mhm.
Little country.
Ain't no love in
Yeah.
Oklahoma.
Yep.
Yep.
I love my boy Luke.
Yeah.
Michael Bublé also.
Yeah, I was just going to bring
Yep.
up Michael Bublé.
He's
we,
good.
we saw
We
him
went to see
together
him up
too.
in Allentown.
Oh, really?
Yeah, up in Allentown.
He was amazing.
Yeah,
He
he's another
would be
one.
good
Great show.
live.
Great
Yeah.
show.
Yeah. Funny guy. He's hilarious.
Yeah.
Good
He
for him.
really
I
enjoyed
know.
him.
Go,
We should
Michael.
get him on the podcast.
He's next.
Hey, he's a judge on The Voice now.
Yeah.
He's
so
probably
he could
looking
easily,
for PR
yeah, he could
opportunities.
easily be on here.
Yeah.
We got some viewers,
Absolutely.
Michael.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah,
what about you, Georgia?
My top artist. Whoa.
My top artist.
Oh, wait a minute. I'm not done.
Oh my.
I want to go to my country
All right.
artist.
All right.
Oh,
Okay.
All right.
'Cause I'm not a big country fan. Okay.
Okay,
But,
me either. But I get down.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But Garth Brooks. He
Classic.
is like.
What is?
He
He's
is
like a classic.
He was a classic. He another one. 3-hour show.
Wow.
Mm.
You went?
I mean, he entertained. I went to see him
That's
twice.
like Taylor Swift 3-hour
Yeah.
show.
Yeah, I mean, 3-hour show. He's nonstop, and he's
Yeah.
so much
Mhm.
fun, and he gets the audience into it, and he doesn't. When I went to see him, every ticket was $19, no matter where
Wow.
you saw. $19.
You spend $19 on like a drink
Yes.
at a concert
Yes.
venue. now.
Literally,
Well,
when
listen-
I saw Luke Combs, our drinks were $20
Yeah.
each,
Yep.
and my
Yeah.
hot dog was 10.
What's a popular song that he sings? Like, what's his famous song? Because I obviously know that name.
Friends in Low Places.
Oh,
yeah,
I
yeah.
do. I am familiar with him.
Yeah. That's one of his.
He's
that's
a classic.
great classic song,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So, yeah. Anyway, so go ahead.
Okay. All right.
I didn't
Thank
mean
you.
to interrupt
No,
you.
it was
Yeah.
important.
That's the point of the show.
It is.
We interrupt all the time.
I think my top artist of all time, is Harry Styles.
I was gonna say.
I like him.
Yeah, he's good.
Yeah.
And I think like One Direction, I
Yeah.
loved One Direction.
The boy bands,
Yeah.
they come and go.
They do.
Well, what
But-
happens is they split up and become individual
Yes,
artists,
and they
a lot of them,
have.
and they have a lot
But
of
I
them.
think Harry's career is really good, and I just love
yeah.
him. So
His
I think,
music is good.
and that's the thing you said. You never get sick of listening to Bruno.
Mhm.
I never get sick of
Yeah.
listening to Harry.
Yeah,
yeah,
Yeah.
He never
He's one of
misses.
those
well, he was
guys.
one of the boys' bands, right?
He was, yeah.
He was
with
One
the-
Direction.
Yeah.
the
Mhm.
Irish.
Yeah, with
Niall.
Niall.
Oh, yeah.
Niall's good too.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Those two are really good.
Yes,
Yeah.
they have really good solo careers.
The other three,
Liam.
Liam is
Ooh.
kind of fell off. Zayn's music is good, but he
Yeah.
kind of fell off a little. And
Louis.
uh,
He
Oh,
tries.
you know
he
what?
tries.
You know what? I went just Saturday night. I went to see the Beautiful at the Ford
Oh,
Theater.
the Carole King musical.
Carole King musical.
Mhm.
Oh.
I tell you what, it's an excellent show. Anybody listening to this podcast, you want to see a great show, go see the show.
We'll link it.
Mhm.
I will tell you something. I didn't know a lot about her life.
Yeah.
I loved her music. Didn't know a lot
Mhm.
about her life. And I learned so much by going to that show.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that she was 16 years old
I
when she
didn't know
got
that
married
either. Wow.
and had a baby. She got pregnant.
Wow.
She got pregnant. And
Carol.
at the same time, her and her husband, because he married her,
Yeah.
Mhm.
they wrote a song and it became a #1 hit.
Oh.
I can't remember the name now, which one it was, but
They're
it was
all
one of their
so
songs.
good. Her
I don't think I've
music's
seen
so
that.
good.
Yeah, it was a spectacular show. It really was.
Good to know. Everyone, check it out.
True.
So anyhow,
Period.
Should we get
There you
into
go.
it?
Huh?
Generate a word?
me.
No, I'm just saying, should we?
It's time.
Who's ready?
It's
All right.
time. Wordcounter.net. We are back.
Here we go.
Drum roll.
Frogs.
Frogs.
Frog.
How do you-
There's a restaurant named Frog something there, right?
There is.
Says frog.
Oh,
Frog, yeah.
dude, and that's where we went with our
That's
families.
where PapPap Larry originated.
That's right.
Oh
that's
my
right,
God.
that's right.
Yeah, we went. I think we said this maybe
Yeah.
before, but we never really talked about it. After graduation,
Yeah.
Ruby and I's families went out to dinner, which was the craziest
It was
crossover
so
ever.
insane.
Because it's like, I know Ruby's family because I was like over all the time
Yeah.
when we were in
and
school.
I know Georgia's family just from knowing them. and
yeah.
they're a fan.
They're fans and they just like they know
just
you
love
so
them.
well, but
Yeah.
there's barely like, so it was like just insane. It was
Yeah.
like the stars aligned.
They all I don't know
Yes,
what I'm trying to
they
say.
collided.
They collided.
Best night of my
They were
life.
all there.
But
and
we went to
PapPap was
Tobias
there.
Frog.
We went to Tobias
Yep.
Frog.
And Pap was there.
And he introduced himself as PapPap Larry.
Well, I know what the hell else was I going to say?
And
That's where I was. I was PapPap. My name's Larry. I mean, your mother and father, they wanted to call me Grandpap. So.
Well, that's the thing. My sister-in-law Kelsey, my brother's wife.
Oh yeah.
She literally is like, "How's Pap Pap Larry doing?" Like she calls you Pap Pap Larry, and like my aunt talks about you too. She's like, "Oh my god, he was so funny." I was
Oh
like,
my
"Yeah,
God.
well,
They're gonna love this episode.
this is the episode for them."
They're gonna love
Great.
that episode.
I love Tobias Frog though. That place is so good.
Yeah, well.
It's gone a little down in my opinion.
Really?
They lost their good chef, I think.
Oh.
Yeah, somebody told me that they lost
think
their
Dad
good chef.
did.
But
Yeah.
yeah. So
It's still a cool environment.
They'll find another good chef
Yeah.
and bring it back, right?
It's still, like-
it happens at a lot of restaurants.
Yeah.
that's what
It's still
happens.
cool to go and pretend you're in the beach down
Yeah,
in Florida.
Yeah.
And you, probably nice for you to get back to
Oh, yeah.
Florida vibes
Yeah,
because
I'm
you
right.
were a Florida resident for a
Yeah.
while.
Literally, it's
Yeah.
Key West.
Yeah.
Like they have
Yeah.
like the southernmost
yeah.
point.
Yeah,
You lived in Florida?
yeah.
When?
Marco Island.
For a long time.
Oh,
Wow.
it's 2000, 2008. 8 years.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So we used to go down to visit all the time, which was fun.
Yeah.
Miss those days.
Not anymore.
They had a house and they had a pool, like a
Ooh.
screened-in pool.
You gotta
Yeah.
have that. If you live in
Yeah.
Florida, you gotta have a pool.
and
Oh,
I was born
absolutely.
in 2001, so I learned how to swim there and
Oh,
grew up going there. And
that's really
I
special.
lost my tooth at your house, my
Yeah.
first tooth.
Wow,
Yeah,
Bob.
that's right.
Oh.
Yeah, I put $1 under that damn pillow.
Wait, what do you mean?
You mean the tooth fairy did?
I mean, a tooth fairy.
Yeah,
sorry,
that was really weird. That was really weird.
Nobody listened to that. You guys were having a party, and I think we were watching Happy Feet
Best
because we were
movie-
obsessed
best
with that
movie ever.
movie. And then I was eating a chocolate-covered strawberry, and my tooth fell out.
Wow.
And all of their friends were there, and they were all like drinking and having fun. And I'm like, guys, I lost my tooth. And they're all
probably
like,
like,
oh my God. It was crazy.
Aw.
Oh my gosh. And they used to always leave presents on our pillows when we would get down there,
Presents?
like
Yeah.
shirts and little
What?
cute things.
Oh,
No.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
We were
Go.
spoiled.
Yeah, they were
What can we
spoiled.
say?
Yeah.
Back
It
in the
was
good
fun.
old days.
Yeah, it was fun, though. It was
Yeah.
fun. A lot of frogs down there, by the way.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
geckos.
There's frogs and lizards. I went to Key West this summer and there were like giant iguanas.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Mm.
That's crazy.
Oh, they were all over Marco.
Are there
Mhm.
chickens or like roosters in Marco?
No.
Okay. There's wild
Really?
roosters in Key West. Yeah.
Oh my God.
And
we
they
didn't
do
have
like
those.
like the
yeah,
the
cock-a-doodle-doo.
yeah, they cock-a-doodle dude.
Did it
Yeah.
wake you up?
No.
Oh, well, that's good.
Thank God.
How
I
did you
would have
even
been
hear
like,
them if you weren't awake?
because they don't do it just in the morning.
Oh, it's just all the time.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
They just, that's how they speak, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know.
I remember one summer we went down and it was infested with love bugs. Do you remember that?
Yeah,
oh
yeah,
my
yeah.
God, it was
Oh, my
terrible.
God.
They're
Yeah.
these little bugs. I don't know what they were. Maybe some type of like beetle almost.
Ew.
And they would like sit on each other and they were called love bugs.
I do not like
and it was
that.
when you guys had the convertible. So we were riding and the love bugs were just like infesting us. They were like
Ew.
swarming us. I don't know how I remember that. I was like 4 probably, but oof.
Speaking of creatures and chickens and chicks, I think you have a
We have
story
to.
pertaining to that.
The pee-pee story.
The peep peep story.
This is a long, long time ago.
We have to
This
do
is
it.
the best story
yeah,
ever.
Yeah. So anyway, I was in New Jersey and I was staying with my sister and her girlfriend in an apartment, and I think they wanted to get rid of me because I'd been there for 10 days
Shout out to Aunt Janet.
trying to find a job, and I did go a couple of times. I went and worked on a nursery for a week. I mean, it was such hard work. When I I had to take the next day off.
Oh,
That's
right.
how hard it was. But anyhow, her fellow that she was renting from, she asked him if he knew anybody was hiring, and he says, I think I might have a job for him. Would he mind moving? And she says, no, that would be great if he moved.
She's like, get him the hell out of here.
Get him out of here for sure. And so he called his friend, and he called my sister back the next day, and he says, hey, a friend of mine is a general manager at a Cadillac dealership down in Manahawkin, which is Long Beach Island, right outside of Long Beach Island. And he said he could use you down there he could use your brother down there, to run cars and recondition cars and so on and so forth.
Good gig.
Yeah, good gig for a guy 19, 20 years old, whatever. And so he says, ask him and tell him to give me a call. So I came home and I gave a guy a call, and he says, hey, this is the deal. And I says, great. I says, I'm going down there Wednesday. This was like Monday. He said, I'm going down there Wednesday. And I told Ellen, you'd be down there with me. I'll bring you down. So he said, I'll pick you up Wednesday at 7 o'clock in the morning. Now, back then, they had station wagons, and they were huge. I mean, there was so much room in that station wagon, right? I mean, that went on forever in the back there,
What
right?
could you possibly keep back there?
So I opened up the door, get in his car at 7 o'clock Wednesday morning, and I hear all this noise back there, chirping and whatever kind of noise they made. And I go, what the hell is this? He said, they're my peepees. I said, you're what? He said, these are my peepees. They're little chickens. He said, I said, what are you doing with all these peepees? I thought you were taking me down to meet Ellen. He said, I am. And he said, we have to make stops on the way. And I said, what do you mean you got to make stops on the way? He said, I have regular customers I sell these to. Well,
I think the funniest part is that they're called peepees, and every time you tell the story, you can't get it out, and you go peepees.
So the hour and a half trip down there took us 4.5 hours,
Oh, no.
right?
You had to deliver
And
the
I had to
peepees.
smell and listen to these peepees.
The whole damn ride.
Oh my God, it was so funny.
Wow.
It was so
Oh my
funny.
God. So Pap and I are sitting at the car dealership a few weeks
yeah,
back.
right.
Here we go.
Because I'm buying a new car. And so I asked him, what cars and where'd you work? He said, I worked at a dealership, blah, blah, blah. And he tells me this story, and we are crying, laughing in the car dealership, making a scene. Everybody was looking at us. We had such a funny time in that car dealership.
I was going to say,
we had
there's
a great
stories
time.
from that, too.
We wreak some havoc everywhere we go.
The dynamic duo.
We
It
had a good
truly
time.
is. We like messing with people, and you're at a car dealership. You got to haggle a little.
Yeah, right.
So we're he's talking to the dealer, and he was getting sassy. He's like, if this was me, I'd be getting up and leaving right now. What else? He starts talking, and so here's something about PapPap is he's Italian.
Quotation marks, Italian.
So he starts speaking Italian, but like fake Italian in his accent. And I look at our dealer, and I'm like, look what you made him do. Now his Italian's coming out. The guy's like, oh my God, like I'm Italian a little bit. And I go, he's Hungarian. Crispin doesn't know what the hell's going on.
Poor Crispin. Poor Crispin.
And then
Then I couldn't hear this guy. He's talking,
no.
right? He talks. Here's how he talks. Well, we can do this for you, but we can't do anything else.
he did.
I said, wait a minute. What did he say, Ruby?
Literally, and I was like, I said to Papa, I was like, can you hear him? And Crispin was like, I can barely hear myself sometimes.
So when he left, he left for to go get a paper or something. I told Ruby, I said, you know how you go, Alexa, volume up or Alexa, volume down. Well, when he comes back, when I go, Crispin, volume up.
Poor Kristen.
It's literally what you did at the dance, whatever,
Dance theater.
the dance theater with your flashlight. You were like, flashlight on, flashlight on, in the middle of the dance recital.
It's so loud.
Well, we had to find our damn seats. You couldn't look. You couldn't see a damn
think
thing.
It's just, you can do it from your home screen.
That's
You
why
don't
it's so funny.
Well,
I
I couldn't find it on my home screen.
Okay, we'll teach you.
It's so funny too because I told Ruby this. I was watching this show, this very famous show with Steve Martin and Martin Short, Only Murders in the Building. Have you seen it?
No.
It's good. It's about podcasts. But there's literally a scene where Martin Short is on his iPad and he was like, Selena Gomez was like, turn your brightness down. Like, it's so bright. And he goes, brightness down. Brightness down. And I literally
like,
said it to Ruby. And I was like, they listened to our podcast.
Must be in the crowd that
They
day.
literally listened to the podcast and heard us tell the story. And they were inspired.
It's funny, too, because PapPap always is like a little bit off with things he says.
Yeah. There's one letter or so.
But he always goes, well, you knew what I meant, right? And we always did.
They always knew what I meant.
He calls her Alexis. And my favorite is Cirrus.
For Siri?
And even his own granddaughter.
Jania.
Have you ever heard this? My sister's name is Jaina, spelled Jaina. Her whole life, he would write on her Christmas gifts, Jania.
She is 21 years old.
Now it's a joke, but she probably was like 16 when he
realized. That is so funny.
But it's something between her and I.
Yeah,
it bonded us.
Little insight.
And now he calls her Jania.
I'm allowed to call her
funny.
Jania.
Yeah,
and she accepts that, right?
Yeah,
she accepts.
I know how Jaina feels.
And I call her Ruby Cube.
Yep,
Cube. I like that.
Yeah. And I call you Georgia on my mind.
You do.
Yep.
You do.
Yep.
So,
Ray Charles.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Oh my gosh.
I get that though. My name is spelled weird. Boo.
Yeah, I know.
Old news.
I know.
And people can't pronounce it, and I'm sure people struggle to pronounce Jaina too, even though it's like straightforward.
Yeah.
But when my grandma would get me, she would get us all like Christmas ornaments that were like personalized to us.
Oh, no.
And for me, they're not going to have Georgia, let alone spelled right.
Right.
So she would get George and then like paint a letter A on the edge of it. So now it's like, oh, Alex, Emily, George. But you got to admire the effort because that's actually kind of fire that she did that.
Exactly.
She cares. Yeah, it's so funny.
Your name is Lawrence.
Yeah.
Which I think isn't that a cool name? You don't hear Lawrence anymore.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I just learned something new.
Larry is short for Lawrence.
Yeah. Have you ever seen the Cat in the Hat movie from 2003?
No,
I'm not a movie person.
No.
Okay, all right.
He hasn't.
There's a character in that movie named Lawrence. They call him Larry.
Once in a while I'll say, they'll call, like the doctor's office, Lawrence, and I'm going.
You're like, who the hell?
Oh, it's me.
That's me, Larry.
Yeah, Larry.
And I didn't know that your dad's name was Lawrence
It's
for
Lawrence,
the longest
'cause I'm
time. And I think I've talked
Junior.
about this, but he's Junior.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I thought his name was Pete for
Yeah.
the longest time.
That's you told that
Yep.
story.
Yeah.
Don't people call him that or something?
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, they called him Pete.
Why?
I don't know. It
Peaser.
came from somewhere.
Came from Peaser. Which, see, I thought, like, I looked it up, and I don't think that's a real thing. I was told that Peaser was somebody in, like, Prohibition era. When was your dad born? The 20s? 10s?
Probably.
20s? Yeah. And
Yeah, he's in
I
20s.
was told it was somebody that, like, would get under the barrels of alcohol
Oh
and
yeah,
taste it.
you said that.
And I was a Peaser. But then I was looking up Peaser online, could not find it
Oh my God.
anywhere. So I don't know where this came from.
I don't know. I don't know. But
You had me convinced.
Yeah, I mean, Pete is usually for Peter, right?
Yeah.
But his name is Lawrence, so
So,
I don't
it's
know.
like,
middle
it's like
name?
Peggy and Margaret.
Yeah,
Matthew,
it is.
Matthew.
Oh, so
And
it's
that's
not
his
even
middle
like-
name.
No.
Wait, that was your dad's middle name too?
Yeah.
Oh.
Mhm.
And
Your
now I
middle-
have an Uncle Matt.
That's
Aw.
why Matthew is named Matthew
Matthew.
Anthony
Oh,
for both
okay.
grandfathers and me.
Right. Right.
Because I didn't know how to name them.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to insult either one.
Yeah.
So I said, okay, I'll use my middle name and then use his grandfather's name, his other grandfather. So it worked out. So
my sister-in-law is pregnant.
Whoa!
Maybe when this episode drops,
God,
low key he could be born because apparently he's running out of room in there.
James, this is we are saying that when you're old enough to understand words, watch this episode. We are talking before you were born.
This is crazy.
We love you, James.
Mwah. But his name is James, and his middle name is Stephen, and my grandpa's name is James, and then Kelsey's grandpa's name is Stephen. So they did that family name thing, and it's funny when they told my grandpa, they were like, "Oh, like we're gonna surprise him at the baby shower. It's gonna be this like he's gonna cry. He's gonna be so emotional." And Alex went up to him, that's my brother, and he was like, "You see the name?" And he goes, "No, I didn't." And he looked over and he was like, "Oh, that's really nice." It was so funny. Like, we thought that he was going to be like, "Oh my gosh, like, wow, we should have known better." It was really funny. He was like, "Wow, nice. Very cool."
Oh my God.
Yeah.
What was it? Do you have something to say?
Pardon me?
Did you have something to say?
No.
Oh, okay.
No,
I was going to ask you what it was like growing up.
Oh.
Yeah.
In Johnstown.
Oh my God.
When were you born? 40 something?
Don't
92?
Yeah,
92?
You don't look a day over 40.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
But
anyhow, yeah, it was a completely different era back then. I mean,
have you ever been to Johnstown?
I don't think so.
I mean, everybody was working. Steel mill was booming. The brickyard was booming. The coal mines north of us, north of Johnstown, the whole area. So people had money. Yeah. Not a lot of money.
But money.
But they had money. They had a roof over their head. There was always food on the table. We never locked our doors.
Wow.
No,
that's actually a big one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't imagine doing that nowadays.
No, because everybody was working, right?
Right.
And so people weren't stealing from each other. I mean, it was like
nobody had time. They were all in the steel mills.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah. It was funny.
No time for stealing.
No.
Steel mills.
Nice.
It was funny. It was funny. Sometimes my mother would wake up like on Saturday morning, and she'd go, "How many are here for breakfast?" Because guys would my buddies would come over, and I said, "I'm going to stay tonight." Okay.
And you have 4 sisters too.
Yeah, I had 4 sisters.
So big family.
Yeah, big family, right? So.
And you're right in the middle.
Yeah.
Middle child of 4 sisters. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So when we were in high school and stuff, I mean, there was always kids in our house. And the girls had girls staying over. I had guys staying over. That's just the way it was.
Yeah.
And on Thursday and Sundays, Italian. I grew up in an Italian neighborhood.
That's why he's so well spoken.
Yeah. Thursday. Yeah. Right.
Well versed in Italian.
So true. So true.
Yeah.
And he married an Italian. So
there you go.
So
you're honorary.
But every Thursday and Sunday they would have spaghetti.
Oh.
Okay.
And I bet it was
like
and you know where I ate every Thursday and Sunday?
Spaghetti.
At one of my friends' house.
Yeah.
Right. The one at 12:00. The Andolinos.
Oh my God.
12:00. Every Sunday.
I wish I was there.
God, I want spaghetti.
Give me that.
After Mass, usually between 12 and 12:30.
Wow.
I'd be up Andolinos having spaghetti and
shout out
meatballs.
to the Andolinos.
Yeah.
You know who you are.
Yeah. So anyhow, then usually Tuesday or Wednesday, my mother would have roast beef and mashed potatoes.
Oh, that's my favorite meal.
And my buddies,
so good. Like
my buddies would be at my house.
Yep.
Having roast beef and mashed potatoes.
I'd be there.
Meal.
Yeah.
Ruby would be there.
Yeah.
Yep.
No wonder that's my favorite meal.
Yeah.
Sounds like it's been in the family for forever.
Forever. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because she was Scottish.
Yeah, Scottish.
I thought so.
A little Scottish,
And
little
then,
Irish.
Yeah, and we recently kind of went through an identity crisis last year.
Oh yeah, right.
We've been living our whole lives thinking that we're Slovak.
Yeah.
We got the Slovak pride.
Of course.
We'd say we're Slovak. Not much else, but we just thought we were Slovak. Turns out, we find out last year on Christmas that we're Hungarian. We said, what the hell? Pap was like, I have lived how many years thinking I'm a Slovak.
How did you find out?
My mom did.
Here's how we found out.
You tell it.
Well, I'll tell you how it came that they were Slovak.
Okay.
When they grew up in Hungary, which is next to Czechoslovakia at the time. It was Czechoslovakia. See, you know what I meant.
And he
right?
does it again.
She knew what I meant.
He does it again.
Right? Yeah.
Hungary.
Yeah,
Close.
But I knew what you meant.
Yeah, close, but she knew what I meant.
I did.
That's okay. There was a comedian who used to do that all the time. The same thing.
Really?
Right?
Yeah.
And everybody laughed when he said it. And they laugh when I say it.
You
Right?
should.
So it's okay.
Yeah.
Because I'm making people happy.
So true.
Except I'm not making any money, though.
That's okay. That's okay. That's all right.
Anyhow, when the immigrants were coming over, they'd go to the Statue of Liberty to check in here. And the guy says, "Where are you coming from?" And they said, "Czechoslovakia." So they put down Czech.
Because they left from Czechoslovakia.
Because they left from Czechoslovakia.
Oh.
They had
They
gone
couldn't
from
live
Hungary.
from Hungary. Yeah.
Wow.
They'd gone from Hungary to Czechoslovakia.
Wow. So
Yeah.
they weren't Czech.
They didn't. He didn't say where were you born. He said where are you coming from, and he said Czechoslovakia.
I mean, that's what I would
Easy
probably
mistake.
say. Yeah.
Simple miscommunication.
Simple mistake until however many years down the line I'm
Until
sitting here with you guys.
2023 comes
Yeah.
around.
Find out the news.
Yeah.
Your whole world is torn upside
Yeah.
down.
Well, what it really was. It was
Speak
close
for
enough.
yourself.
It was close enough. I mean.
Close enough.
I went through an identity crisis.
Oh, come on. No, my God, I was starting to get worried here. I thought she was serious.
She's being dramatic.
My mom did Ancestry and was doing our family tree.
Yeah.
And then she was like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
There's no Slovak in this situation.
Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the more you know.
That's how we found out. So
I don't know any of my family history.
Really?
People ask, and I think we talked about it before, Ruby.
Yeah. Like,
I
what
don't
are
know.
you?
I don't know.
You're
I
born
looked
and
up-
raised American.
Hell
Yeah.
yeah. Hell yeah. No,
Yeah.
I don't think so. Like, I looked up the last name. I really hope not. I looked up my last name, Hall,
Common
and it
last
said,
name, I feel
right,
like.
it said
It's English.
Scottish.
the Scottish
Yeah,
English.
Scottish English.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe because, like, Holland, I don't know.
Tom
Tom
Holland.
Holland.
No,
Yeah.
that's a popular name over there.
Right.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
Yeah.
But I never, like,
You have to ask your family.
we have this, like, family tree thing, but I've never looked at
Oh
it. So maybe it's on there, but it just says the name of people. I don't know.
No, you gotta I'll have my mom look into it on
Okay.
Ancestry
All right.
for you.
Maybe I'll do like 23andMe.
well,
or
you
something.
You can just do Ancestry and like put in everyone you know.
Is it
and-
free?
yeah. And I
Okay.
think she might have a subscription though if it's not.
I'll talk
Like
to
you don't
her.
even have to do like your blood samples. That's just
Good.
if you want your specifics. But like people, like historians will log people in on it.
Okay.
So it's like death records and birth certificates and all that stuff will
Yeah.
be in there just
Yeah.
like from historians. So
Mhm.
like most of your family members will pop up.
okay.
Mm-hmm.
I think my prediction, I think I'm English or Scottish,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm Irish. I think I'm Irish.
Yeah.
Why'd you get southern? I think I'm Irish. Okay.
I can't do an Irish accent yet.
I can.
I can say like 3 things. Saoirse Ronan.
It's gorgeous.
That's good.
My mom and dad lived in Ireland for a few years, and you went to visit them.
Yeah.
That would be an epic
6
place to
months
live.
They were over there.
Yeah.
Not years.
Years. I meant to say months, not
Yes,
years.
yeah.
Pardon me.
6 months or something. They were
3
there.
months, I think.
I don't know.
Was
Oh
it
my
nice?
God. Oh my God! The people are so nice
I
over
feel like
there.
it's really
Oh,
pretty
really
there.
is.
I've
wanna
always
go.
wanted
It's
to
pretty
go.
there.
We should go.
Okay.
Okay. After this?
Yeah.
Everything's green
Yes.
because it rains so much,
Yeah.
right? So everything's green. And
Yeah.
the farms. We were in Killarney, which is south.
Killarney.
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 Yeah, it's very, very great down there. It's very nice down there. The Ring of Fire, or Ring of, not
Yeah.
Ring of Fire, but Ring of, whatever.
I'm just
I
going,
don't know.
whatever you
It's
say.
Ring of
Mhm.
something or other down
Yeah,
there. Right? I
Ring
can't
of-
remember that. I get so much in my brain there. Sometimes I got to take some pieces out. And
Did you get a
destroy
pint?
'em. Pardon me?
You get a pint? A beer?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Guinness?
Oh, yeah.
Of course.
Guinness?
Guinness.
Mm-hmm.
Goodness.
A Guinness or 2.
Oh,
and
yeah.
you saw that golf course, right?
Huh?
That golf course?
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Old Head. That was up in...
Old Head?
That was called Old Head. It was the name of the golf
Whoa.
course. And
Okay.
it's up off
what
of
they
a
call me.
little village. It was...
That was a good one.
Thanks. I
But,
think he missed it.
Yeah, I think so, too.
It was up, in this Kinsale was the name of the little village. It was near this little village. And we stayed in Kinsale one night, and I wanted to go over to see the golf course. This is a good story. So went to the taxi station and said, "Hey, can you take me up to Old Head?" And the guy said, "Yeah, we can take you up to Old Head." And so we went up, took cab up, right? So we were up there for, I don't know, a few hours. And it was foggy when we were there, when we got there. And so I went over to this old Irish guy and I said, "Hey," I said, when's the fog going to lift?" And he looks at his watch. He says, "About 2:00, he says it's going to lift."
The Italian accent.
No, yeah, I know. But it's 2:00, and with his brogue, he said, 2:00, it's going to lift. And I said, "Oh, okay," because I said I'd like to see some of the holes. So anyhow, sure enough, 2:00, the fog starts lifting, right? So I went into the pro shop.
I thought he was going to like scam you.
The weatherman.
I thought he was going to lie and be like, "Oh, 2:00," and then it wasn't.
No. So
he was right.
anyway, I went into the pro shop, and the pro says, "Yeah, go to the backside because we're going to start letting guys out the front. Go to 18 and then 16, 17, whatever, and then walk 3 holes and then come back in." I said, "Oh, great, thanks." So anyway, we did that, and we came in, and so I called it. Now it's like, I don't know, 3:30, 4:00. I called a taxi cab company. I said, "Hey, you brought me out here." I said, "Can you come out and pick me up, bring me back into Kinsale?" And he says, he says, "I'm not going to be able to get there till 8:00. And I said, "What?"
What?
He said, he says, "We're
What is
busy."
he, Uber Eatsing?
we're so busy.
He's delivering peeps.
Yeah.
I guess he was delivering peepees. I don't know what the hell he was doing. And I said, "You got to be kidding me." I said, "I can't stay here till 8:00.
You don't even have your clubs with you.
No, I couldn't even play golf. I didn't have my clubs
up.
with me. I left my clubs in the back there. So he says, "I'm sorry." He said, "I can't come and get you." And I said, "Oh my God, what are we gonna do now?" Right. So anyway, we hitchhiked.
I'm stressed.
I'm stressed.
You hitchhiked?
We hitchhiked.
What?
Oh my God.
This girl that was working there, Rita, went up to her. I asked somebody, and they said no, they weren't going that way. They were going the other way. So I told Rita, I remember this young girl was working in one of the stores inside the golf club. And I said, "Go ask her." So Rita went and asked her, right? The girl was a little bit nervous at first. Right?
Yeah.
Then Rita goes, "I'm a teacher. I'm an ex-teacher,
Yeah.
And she
I'm
says,
just a nice American teacher.
yeah,
Right?
she says, we're really nice people."
Oh, yeah.
So the girl finally agreed to take us. Well, oh my God, what a ride.
Oh, no.
That's
She was in a hurry to
crazy.
get to the bank before it closed.
Oh. Oh, my God.
And I'm sitting in the back seat. Rita's in the front seat. And I'm in the back seat holding on to the like this. Right?
In Ireland?
Yeah.
Did they drive on the other
left
side?
the
That's
other
crazy.
side,
So
right.
that's even more.
Right, and then you never know when the animals are being crossing the road
Oh,
Right.
and
when
sheep
you're going
and-
around a curve.
Oh,
right?
God.
And I'm like,
speeding.
oh my God.
I
Anyway.
saw a hitchhiker last week in Harrisburg.
Really?
I was my first time seeing a
Like
real
thumbs
hitchhiker.
out?
Thumbs up.
Whoa.
Yeah. Downtown Harrisburg. I said, interesting place to hitchhike when
Yeah.
Uber exists.
Right.
This guy was just standing right when you enter Harrisburg, had his thumb out. I was honestly like, shit.
Did you pick him up?
No,
Oh.
of course. I value my life.
Yeah. You just
I'm
got
not
a new
trying to
car
get killed.
too.
I just got a new car. I don't
Yeah.
want
you
anyone
don't
getting their
wanna pick-
trash.
No, you don't pick no
Oh, I would
car down.
never pick anyone
No.
up. Don't worry.
No.
But I was like, this is crazy. I've never actually seen
That's
a hitchhiker.
insane.
Oh, we used to do that
It's
all the
one
time.
of the. You used to hitchhike all the time.
Oh yeah, when we were kids. Yeah,
Oh
when we
my
were
God.
young.
You were getting in the cars
That's
with. Well, I guess
crazy.
did Johnstown? Did you like know everyone?
No, but
But
it
they
was
left their
different.
doors
It's
unlocked.
different.
Exactly.
Yeah,
It's like
it was
nobody
different.
was-
It was
nobody was-
different living there.
there's
Everyone
not
was
like-
working.
Yeah, you can't
Different
steal their
living there.
iPhone. You know what I
Right.
mean? There's not really
Yeah.
a lot.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
right.
What could
It
they
was-
Better
take?
days.
A
Yeah.
quarter out of their pocket? Like,
Mhm.
Yeah.
a lot.
yeah.
Yeah, so we hitchhiked a couple of times over there, actually. Yeah,
You-
we were at a golf course. The people, the bed and breakfast we were staying at, the owner took us out to the golf course.
Okay.
Oh.
But he couldn't come back for us.
That's messed up.
And so
you-
I couldn't get in touch with him, actually. I probably would have came, but I couldn't get in touch with him for whatever reason. So this other guy, I went up to this one guy, says, I saw him getting in his car, and I said, are you going towards Killarney? And he said, yeah, I'm going to Killarney. He says, you mind if we hop a ride with you? He said, no, throw your clubs in. He says, go on, we'll take you back.
This is a different time?
Yeah.
So this is twice now that you've
Oh, we did
hitchhiked in Ireland?
We did it 3 times.
Oh my
Okay.
God.
Yeah.
fair enough.
didn't you like do some work with the with the Mafia?
Whoa!
Or did I make that?
No.
Whoa!
No, I didn't do any work with them, but I used to sell newspapers at night in Johnstown. The Pittsburgh Post-Gazette used to come in at night, like 9 o'clock at night, 8:30, 9 o'clock at night.
He is not part of the Mafia.
No.
He's not Italian.
No. Anyway, he. So I used to hustle this newspaper. That, of course, they didn't have the internet and all that stuff, right? Mm-hmm. So they used to write numbers back then, right? Where people used to bet and have the numbers, and then the horse races also. A lot of people bet on horse races. While the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette had the information they needed. They had the horse race results in there from the afternoon, and they also had what the figures they used for the number every day. Of course, they needed the numbers.
Yeah, they're gambling.
For gambling
betting
purposes,
guys.
right? So I'd go into the pool hall.
Right, as you do.
It was part of one of my stops with the paper, and the guys in there would always buy the papers and stuff and give me a little tip and blah 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 blah. Well, I found out I bought a damn book the other day that they wrote a story about the Johnstown Mafia back when I was growing up. And these guys I was selling a paper to was the Mafia.
Are you serious?
Yeah, really.
He had no clue.
I had no clue. They were always nice to me.
Didn't they be like, hey, gabagoo, like cigars in their mouth? They have the mustache,
literally the Godfather,
slick back hair.
Yeah,
hey, you come to me.
Yeah, big cigar, right? Hey, Larry, give me 2 papers now. Give me 2.
I love that you found out so many years later
while reading a book.
Yeah, reading a book. I said, "Oh my God, he was in the Mafia. I never knew it."
Wow.
God.
Yeah,
you never had any suspicions?
No.
He was
it's
just
a
doing his
pool.
job.
I knew they were right. I knew they were right numbers and stuff like that.
Right.
But I didn't know it was like.
Everyone gambles here and there.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I don't know that I ever.
But it was crazy. I mean, but like I say, it's different times.
Back then.
Yeah.
It's different back then.
And the one guy disappeared. And
disappeared.
Oh yeah, he disappeared, and to this day, nobody know. They never found his body.
Oh my God!
Did you know him?
No, I didn't know him.
Okay.
I mean, I've heard of him.
Okay.
But I didn't really personally know him or anything like that.
You didn't sell him anything.
And I saw him a couple of times, like in the clubs.
Yeah.
Because I used to go into the clubs and hustle in newspapers in the clubs.
Newsy.
And so like I say, it's different times, and it's just it's strange.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I think on that note,
ending on Mafia.
Ending on the Mafia. So we started with frogs, and we ended with Mafia.
That's a good one.
Right,
that's a good episode.
Yeah, that's good.
Oh my God.
How would you rate your experience on Hyper Talkative Podcast?
What do you think?
I love it.
Good.
Yeah, I love it.
Another satisfied customer. Yeah, episode 50
I'll
guest.
see if I can work it into my schedule.
All right.
I'll have my people get in touch with your people.
That's what he always says. Wait, we need to say, when we were planning this.
Oh, yeah. He was on another level.
We were planning it. And we were like, all right, like, when are you free? We can do, like, evenings, after we both get off work.
Yeah.
And we were like, what about Wednesday? And he goes, no, I can't do Wednesdays.
I can't do Wednesdays.
And we were like, okay. Ruby's like, why? I can't do Wednesdays. I just can't.
Would not tell us.
Literally was being so suspicious.
Would not tell us. I'm with him last week. He goes, aren't we recording tomorrow? I said, no, we're recording next Wednesday or next Tuesday. He goes, what the hell? He said, I put it in my calendar tomorrow, Wednesday. I said, you said you couldn't do Wednesdays. He said, I never said that.
Not only did he say he couldn't do Wednesdays, he said he could not do Wednesdays at all, ever.
And he's over here all of a sudden acting like we had it on his schedule for a Wednesday.
Right. We never said that.
I had it on my calendar.
And then
for Wednesday.
we had to change it to today.
Uh-huh.
And I told him, and he said, that works, but this is your last chance.
So we're very lucky to have
we
him.
made it.
We made it.
We made it.
We made it. I'm glad I'm here.
Yes.
And I actually enjoyed myself.
Good.
Yeah.
Actually,
we did too.
He said I actually enjoyed
he
myself.
He thought it wasn't going to be very good. We enjoyed having you.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks.
Mm-hmm.
I would say, you're my favorite guest so far, probably.
Yeah.
You
Don't
haven't,
tell the
you
others.
haven't had any other guests.
We've had 3.
Oh, have you?
We've had 3. So
This is
Tommy,
episode
Liam,
40.
and Kevin, close
Okay.
your ears.
Okay.
Sorry. But I think they'd understand.
Yeah.
Yep.
So on that note,
We'd tell you to follow him on social media, but he doesn't have any.
it, so-
That's good. I don't need it.
So you can follow us at Hyper Talkative Podcast on Instagram and TikTok,
TikTok.
at Hyper Talkative on Twitter. You can go to our website, hypertalkativeepodcast.com.
.com.
We have a link tree in all of our bios. And PapPap, I don't know if you know this. Have you ever listened to a full episode, like the whole way through?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, do you know our end tradition?
Do you
No.
remember?
That's okay.
You'll remember.
We go,
Peace be with you.
And with you.
There we go.
Bye.
Bye.
Hyper Talkative Podcast is brought to you by us. Just us.
Unless you want to sponsor us. Wink, wink.
Hyper Talkative is recorded at the Candy Factory Co-working and Social Club in downtown Lancaster.
Our theme music was done by help from Johnny Jed Music, and the show is recorded, edited, and published by Georgia Hall and Ruby Mundok.